students of class 6, this is our last video of this chapter, weather and climate. Today I will start from Farrell's law. Farrell's law was stated by famous American scientist W. Farrell. According to Farrell's law, all the freely moving objects will deflect right in the northern hemisphere and left in the southern hemisphere. This is known as Farrell's law of deflation. Very, very important. The Farrell's law of deflation is very important. Now, wind is broadly classified into following divisions. One is permanent wind. Permanent wind are those winds that blows in permanently in same direction throughout the year. Permanent wind are also known as planetary winds. Permanent winds are the trade wind, the westerlies and the polar winds. The trade wind, the westerlies and the polar winds, these are the permanent wind that blow permanently in one direction throughout the year. The trade wind are the names of the trade winds as they helps in the trade, or they are also known as track wind. Westerlies are so named because they blow from the west, so they are called westerlies. And polar winds means they blow in the polar region. They are extremely cold, accompanied by blizzard. Next one is periodical wind. The other name of periodical wind is seasonal wind. They blow in particular season or particular period of day or particular period of time or particular area. Example is land breeze and sea breeze and monsoon wind. You know, land breeze blows during the night, sea breeze blows during the daytime, and monsoon wind blows in the particular season, that is in the monsoon season. So they are periodical wind or seasonal wind. Next one is local wind. Local winds are those winds that blow in a particular locality. Okay, that is because of the local and regional differences of relief. Local winds are Lu, Chinook, Nor'westers. These are all local wind. Next is sudden wind or irregular wind. Sudden wind or irregular winds that blow all of a sudden. There is no prior notification that this wind come. They are cyclones and anticyclones. Next part we are going to the humidity portion. What is humidity? Humidity is the amount of water vapor present in the air. What is humidity? Humidity is the amount of water vapor present in the air. Humidity is measured by an instrument known as hygrometer. Humidity is measured by an instrument known as hygrometer. Then I am going to the next definition, that is the precipitation. What is precipitation? Precipitation means the throwing down of moisture from the atmosphere to the earth's surface. That is called precipitation. Precipitation occurs in various forms like snowfall, mist, hail, sleet, drizzle. These are the various types of precipitation. Now we are going to the rainfall. What is rainfall? When the clouds after evaporation, the water vapor goes up and it forms vapor. When it condenses, it becomes too heavy, it cannot float, it comes down on the earth as rain. Instrument which is used to measure rainfall is rain gauge. Rain gauge is an instrument to measure the rain gauge. Now see, there is one chart. It is given all the instruments name, very, very important. See, wind speed is measured by anemometer. Wind direction is measured by wind vane. Humidity is measured by hygrometer. Rainfall is measured by rain gauge. Temperature is measured by maximum and minimum thermometer, and pressure is measured by 14th barometer. This portion you should go through properly. For short question, properly go through this part. And last part, that is forecasting of weather. How the weather is forecast. As weather is day-to-day conditions of the atmosphere, it changes daily. Weather affects our daily activities, and so forecasting of weather is very much necessary for proper execution of our activities. If we do not know about what will be the weather condition, we cannot work properly. So weather forecasting is a prediction of weather for the next hour, next day, next week. Weather forecasts are made by collecting much data as possible from the state of atmosphere, particularly temperature, humidity, rainfall. So these are the factors upon which the weather condition depends. Predictions are thus made depending on this data. Weather forecasting is done by weather offices. So who do this? Weather office. And it is very important for navigation, for aviation, for fishing activities, for all these, for agricultural work also. Weather forecasting is done, and you know that weather forecasting is done by the meteorological department of India, and it is weather report is prepared and it is forecasted on television, radio, newspaper, and now that from mobile, through mobile we can get about the information regarding the weather condition. And proper weather report is very much important, because if we will not get the weather report properly, we cannot plan the work, and it will, and weather condition of a particular place or the weather report is necessary, because accordingly people can work, plan to do some work, and it is necessary for aviation purpose, that is for flight, that purpose, for navigation purpose, for fishing purpose. For all these reasons, proper weather prediction or determination is very important. So this chapter is completed. Hope you will read if you are properly going through the chapter. Thank you, class.